Ben, you're different to most people that we know. You're into some interesting things.
Right.
Better.
That sounds bad.
Being...
Right. That I work on my holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Being Google's core algorithm updates. That's a mouthful.
Look, I wouldn't say it's a weird thing. Part of SEO. Big part of SEO.
Most people don't come back from holidays excited about that, but I'll be excited for you because that's
Thanks.
what good business partners do.
Yeah, look, it's it's not an it's a stressful time for anyone in SEO. It's like we anticipate that Google's going to be able to, that they're going to release a particular methodology or new algorithm or new update or what it is, but we don't necessarily know how it's going to behave across all the sites. So,
why should small business owners care, and what do we need to know about it? I think that's what's going to be most important, is bring it down from anyone who's necessarily interested in SEO and bring it down to how does it matter for businesses, and I'm guessing their marketing.
Look, if SEO has been implemented within best practice, I don't love that term, but let's just say within best practice, then you shouldn't really have any worry.
Okay.
There should be, if you're a growing business, you're established, you're doing the right things, you're writing good content.
Consistent.
You're investing in a good agency, or you've got a really good in-house specialist who's, managing your campaign, whatever it might be. Bam, bam, bam. You shouldn't have to worry so much about this having an effect.
Okay.
Having said that, not every business is in that spot.
Cat.
So there is the case of where some agencies or some behaviors or some practices may be, opportunities to be able to manipulate rankings or move things fast. So if some experienced SEO specialists have a loophole of where they can get some really quick wins really, really quickly, then they might leverage that. And if they do leverage that and Google's algorithm comes out and directly contradicts that move, businesses can see sharp declines really, really quickly. And these algorithms generally, or these core updates, this is a core update, roll out over 2 weeks. So the volatility in that 2 weeks is really, really intense.
So in layman's terms, would you consider this an example of what you were talking about, and these loopholes being back in the day? I recall potentially even people that we know in their footers, links to every suburb imaginable.
Yeah, that could be a
with
tactic.
Copied content going, we do the service. So something like that.
Yeah, they've got to be really careful with it, because when they release core updates, you think about it, you've got, millions, if not billions of pages online and being indexed via Google, and Google has to roll out these parameters, which it already has. So it's got these kind of leverage parameters. Say you've got 200, 300, 400, 500 leverage parameters, and it's ultimately math, right? Which parameters have more effect than others, and they move those parameters.
They're weighted.
That's exactly what it is. So as they move those parameters, some people win, some people lose. So algorithms don't come out and everyone loses. Someone has to win.
Yeah.
People just move. So it's kind of, is your business aligning with where the parameters or the weighting of the current algorithm is changing? And that's what we look for. And what we then want to assess when that is happening, and that's why I'm still so involved in looking at it when it is happening, is we want to see the correlation to what is winning and what is losing, because then you can determine why and what is being favoured.
And what do we then need to do?
Well, depending on what end you are. So if you're the person that's being favoured or not being favoured.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
correct.
so if you're the person being favoured, keep doing what you're doing. If you're the person not being favoured, learn why you are not being favoured.
Yeah.
Which we've got quite quickly a good understanding of the 25 December core update and what it looks to be favouring. So,
Well, I've read the article. You wrote a great article on it.
Yeah.
I've read it. What I love about it, which I'm not going to try explain it, that's your job. What I love about it is it's very much in line with even what a lot of what we spoke of in December, of that authenticity versus fake AI.
Yes.
Well, not fake AI, but AI
Yeah.
presenting as fake websites or fake businesses or
Exactly.
scams and spams.
Yeah, exactly. And this for us, and us as an agency, has actually done really, really well, because we've been in alignment with this update for last year. And it's been something that we've been pushing, and the narrative of the way that we do our SEO, the way that we work for our business, the way that we work for our clients, this has been the methodology we've been using anyway. So it's kind of been a win-win for all of us. Like for us, we just watched our rankings improve, which is great. But it was also to see how much. And for our clients, it's been a great win as well. I've seen some really good gains already, even in some of the industries that were very volatile, because there was a lot in the YMYL, which is your money, your life, which is sectors that are very stringent on rules and guidelines. So
Like mortgage brokers, finance, that kind of thing.
health, medical, generally,
yeah.
health, medical, legal, and often things like financial gambling and casino can also be kind of in that to a degree as well. So those were very heavily affected. And it leans back, and I'm kind of go into why now, but it leans into this problem that we have with search, where we've spoken about this before, and it's kind of reinforcing it. It's very easy to look the part, right? So you can just build a website, post that you're a person that has credentials or credibility, and build a brand, and then put it out there and put it on the internet. And you can spin up 500 pages all over Australia and
AI blogs,
and
social
everything.
media, and
Exactly. So you can
Very
make
easy.
something look huge.
in a day you can have a functioning
Quickly,
business
right.
online.
So Google's big part of it was to tighten their core update. From what we can see, is to tighten the way it weights brand citation and the citation of people, which is basically it's going to rely less on what you're putting out there, though it's important, but equally make sure that it's relying on people talking about you for authority.
You, the business.
You the business, or you the person.
Okay.
So it wants to ensure that if it's going to put a company forward, that it knows who you are, that you're real, and that people are talking about you, and that there is an actual person behind the business. So it's leaning on the EAT, which is the experience, authoritiveness, expertise, and trust, and that.
What now? Say it for the people at the back of the room.
Experience, expertise, authoritativeness, and trust.
Yes.
Which is basically, again, reinsuring.
It's SEO framework, right?
Yeah, you... It's not something that you can just put into a page, though, right?
It takes thought, it takes strategy, it takes experience.
Well, you can't just make it.
Gotcha.
Right? I can't just make 165 Google reviews overnight.
Gotcha.
I have to work with 165 businesses to get the 165 Google reviews overnight. I can't pay for them. They need to be real accounts that have real Gmails, that have signals to their accounts, because if they don't, they'll just get removed. You have to make that. You can't just buy it or AI it.
This is just the best thing about this whole thing. Again, Ben is very experienced in SEO. I'm representing the population that is not. This is just what SEO always was and should be. It's earned. It's the slow burn. It's the long road. It's the brick by brick. It's AI came around. Oh, I can do blogs. I can do this. Yeah, everyone can.
It's more.
Can you human write? Yes. Can
now.
you human write a blog and take the time and have experience? And this is my point of view. And here's a Google review. And here's what I experienced in my day. This is my goal. You can't AI that. And that is what I love about it. It's compounding. You have to earn SEO. You have to earn the spot.
There is
so good.
There is so much more that it looks to be in the earnings of the brand citation and signal.
Yeah.
So, are people talking about you? Are you on directories? Are you getting reviews? Brand search, brand mention. So people actually looking for your business. We can't, again, to win a global award, to win an international award, to win a national award.
Yeah.
You don't fire up a business and overnight win them. You have to go, you have to present, you have to... And again, Google starts to recognize these sort of accolades as well. Yeah. So if you're going to start earning these, that becomes a reputation starter, that becomes a reputation for the brand, and also becomes another brand citation and mention and kind of a credibility. Google needs to ensure that it kind of does this credibility and fact-checking before it just goes and puts websites front and center. So with all of that, we have seen these websites that have dramatically declined, and others not really dramatically improved, because the decline is really, it's carving out a lot of the people that are just doing bad practice or trying to manipulate, or trying to build just quick wins overnight.
Yeah.
But the winners are seeing more of a success, and they're just compounding and compounding. You know, to put a number on it, I think we've grown statistically around about 20 to 30% in our organic traffic just in the last 2 weeks.
If I'm not mistaken, you told me this morning that we'd hit a traffic record.
Yeah, well,
It's wild.
Which is great. So, but 20%, over, like less, conservative 20%
That's not
in
normal.
2 weeks.
It's nuts.
Is really, really good. But then we have a lot of brand mention. We have a lot of citation. We have a lot of reputation. And we do a lot of work in that to maintain that as well. So that was one big part. Around that algorithm, around that update is that citation, that reference. This leans into the authorship part as well.
Yes.
There's some stuff around authorship that they've worked on, so you can't. I put it in the article. I've got the article in front of me here, but they spoke about like the token bio. I spoke about the token bio, which is like previously back in EEAT when it first came out, people thought you could just put it on a page. So it was like,
As in your name, a photo, a title. Is that what you mean?
A fake name, a fake photo, and a title.
Yeah, right.
Right? I can just say that I'm a doctor, and I could just say that I've got these credentials, right?
Yep. That's terrifying.
Well, there's so many websites out there.
Everyone's qualified to write a blog, right?
You can
Everyone with a keyboard.
But you can say that you're somebody that you're not.
Yeah.
I can say that this business is owned by this CPA, or I can say that this business is owned by this practice manager that has got 50 years of experience, or I can say that this agency is owned by a marketer that's got 50 years of experience, or 30 years of experience, or 10 years of experience. Like, where's the fact check? There isn't a fact check to it. So that is, again, where we believe there's more emphasis on that. So it's, okay, this article is written by this person. So every article that we have on our website is actually cross-checked and referenced by myself. So I'm the author for all of the articles on our site. Yep. So then they look at me. Well, who am I? Well, how long have I been doing marketing for? I'm 10 years. I'm actually 10 years now, which is, that's crazy.
Old.
Not bad for 32.
All right.
10 years of marketing. But then they go, but then what has been done?
Yeah.
And they go, well...
And how do we know? And where
running
is he
an
at?
agency. And, well, the agency's also won a bunch of awards. Oh, but he also won awards for XYZ. Or he's also won individual awards. Oh, he's also got accreditations and certificate. Oh, okay.
He's been here for 5 years because Google knows that.
Yeah, and he's also had citations and reference from articles. He's been in press releases. He's been bum.
Spotify.
Exactly.
LinkedIn.
That's the cross-check. So that...
You can't fake that.
No, you can't. So that's the token bio concept that will be removed or is becoming less...
Which again, just differentiates the authentic authors.
Yeah.
And therefore, the blogs and the content that you can trust.
Yes.
Which is all coming down to users and users being able to know that if you're ranking for something that they've put into Google, they can trust.
They can trust it.
Google's protecting users.
That's the goal.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's
it's a really good, it's a great update.
So wholesome.
Yeah, I actually like this, not just from a winning factor, but...
No, but it is wholesome.
But I've been saying for the last 12 months that we're in a position at the moment of, and a lot of the people in the SEO sector have been saying the same thing. Like SERP is not great at the moment. Like the Google search isn't great. We're having people that are ranking first in businesses that aren't even businesses, that are middlemen, which I'll talk about in a minute.
Yeah.
It just felt unfair.
It feels unsafe.
Yeah.
As a user.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you can get taken by scams and click on links, even as two people who work in the industry. That's happened to both of us in a moment, not often. I feel bad for the people who aren't in this industry, who aren't aware of it, and people who are getting scammed financially and otherwise. Like,
that's the point.
Let's make this safe for people.
Yeah. So,
what else has been important for small business owners to know, and what do they need to do about it?
Well, the next part, I'll go through the last two more. Okay. I'll go through the next two, and then I'll overview and summarize it. So there was a UX penalty from what we can see as well.
User experience.
Which is an experience factor. Talking about like ad densities and autoplays. We saw this correlation from news publications.
Okay.
So affiliate websites and news publications that are very monetary based. So you land on the page, pop up.
Gotcha.
Because it's an ad. and then you click on X on the ad, and then you scroll down half the page.
Oh, so you might go
pop-up.
to news.com.au and an ad pops up and you gotcha.
You get it. So the intrusive pop-ups that affect the behavior of the user, and this also then flips us into nav boost, and this is a very technical. Yeah, so nav boost.
Yes.
So what is nav boost and the interaction, the signal, it's becoming more sensitive. That's the idea behind it. So nav boost is the idea that Google was an algorithm that they put out like 10 years ago that they would focus on the experience of an on-page for a user. So when somebody is landing on a page, if they land on the page and they then leave that page and go to the page underneath because they've had a poor experience on the first, the one underneath could have then a navigational boost. And it's basically the user's experience of the website is impacting the SERP.
Because Google's seeing a pattern going, oh, everyone keeps bouncing off that page, going to the next one below, hence the term progress stick you said in the article.
Correct.
Right. These guys are obviously offering value and offering the actual information the person's looking for. Let's put them at the top.
Exactly. And that's what we're looking at with this update is that it looks to be that they have weighted more around the nav boost aspect. So whether that is intrusive pop-ups, so if there's pop-ups coming up on the website, that people are landing on it and then having that poor experience, which a lot of affiliate sites are in that space because ultimately a lot of websites are the affiliate-based sites or directories or paid directories. Their goal is ad revenue, AdSense money, and generating a buck.
Yes.
The problem with that is then they are really forceful with their ads. So the first thing that they're doing is they're running ads. They're putting ads. You land, there's an ad. You click on something, there's an ad. You scroll down half page, there's an ad.
And no one goes onto a web page looking to be bought. They're looking for information.
They're looking for the information.
At least to start.
Exactly.
So what constitutes that? You'd mentioned aggressive pop-ups, and would that be just monetary related? Are we talking about when we jump on a website and that how the pop-up comes up every 20 seconds, you literally cannot get onto the pages?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
You just have to look at it with that end goal of is the client or is this end user going to stay on the page?
Yeah.
And rather looking at, we used to talk about, do you answer the query? Like,
yes.
Do you
answer the question?
Yeah, whichever this question may be, are you answering the question on the page? I feel that you need to look at it more as like, if I landed on this page, am I actually going to stay?
Yeah.
Am I going to be reading this information? Am I going to be digesting this information? Is it valuable? Is it bite-sized? Is it a 5,000 word article that I don't want to read through? Or is it, infographics and visual aid and there's, a video on there and there's tools and calculators and insert, or there's value add that other people aren't putting forward, then yeah, I do want to stay on this because they're actually answering, they're not just answering, they're surpassing my question. They're actually answering
Kind of remarkable.
my next question. So when it's like, if somebody's looking how to reduce their CPA or their cost per acquisition,
Not their accountant.
Not their accountant.
Well, I mean, cost per.
Yeah. Cameron, if you're watching. So
Love you.
If
Thanks for the shampoos.
you're trying to reduce your CPA, it's like, well, should you then be answering the other questions for them as well and not just going, or if, another example, it's somebody trying to reduce their cost per click versus then you go, cool, you're trying to reduce your cost per click, but do you want to use our tool that would actually tell you your CPA? Which is your acquisition cost, which is more insightful than your cost per click. Your cost per click is irrelevant if you're getting a good CPA. Really, your click cost is less relevant than your conversion cost, and your conversion cost is less relevant than your sales conversion. Insert.
That was a crash course in marketing.
So why not then build that into that page of content and not just feed them what they're looking for, but feed them their next step and their next step and take them on a journey, not just answer their question.
There's just so much to talk about here. As a user, if you're not in digital marketing, if you are not a tech person, if you're not in business, if you're just a person on the internet, and you put in a question, like you said, a year ago, 2 years ago, how do we best answer that question to appear at the top? How do we be relevant in that way as a website?
Yeah.
AI Overview does that.
Yeah.
So you...
Yeah, informative.
Which your website needs to have information relevant to the question in order to appear in the AI Overview. We understand that. But AI Overview does that. And if you're on a phone, you have that much real estate. And what does it take to get to being the first organically ranked website with the most traffic below our overview, the map pack, if that's what we're looking
You've
for?
got to be the best answer.
Right. And so what does that look like conversely? Like what, I know the answer to this, but
Yeah.
we're talking about a level of engagement. It's almost like a give and take transaction where I'm not just trying to give you the information that you're looking for. I'm going above and beyond. I'm giving you interactive tools to use. I'm showing video.
Yeah.
I've got links to podcasts, which may or may not be my own podcast. Not everybody had a podcast.
No.
Or we do.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. But it's that. It's above and beyond. We're not looking for chunks of text, like you said. We're not trying to read a book. Give me a video. Give me some photos. That's authentic. Give me the information, but give me a tool. Give me a calculator. Give me a chart, a graph, a table.
It really depends on what industry you're in.
But there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
Every
because
industry can do something.
if you're in an industry that nobody has written content,
Is there?
long story short, if there's an industry, there is still a few, yeah.
Okay.
Like if you're in an industry that no one has written content for a particular keyword in a particular location,
obviously it's
congratulations, you can write some content, you're going to rank.
low hanging fruit. Let's go.
If no one's written the content, you're going to rank.
Yeah, but why do we rank so well? Because ours is saturated. So how do
That's where the metrics start coming in.
So how are we doing it?
So then you've got to not just be the best content, you have to also be one of the most credible sources. You also then have to have one of the best experiences. You also then have to have potentially one of the strongest brand mentions. You then also have to have the credibility and the accolades behind you for trust signals.
Awards, testimonials,
there's
Google reviews.
so many things. Like I would hate to walk into an agency life now. To build an agency from the ground is huge amount of work because it's so saturated. But if I'm an automotive company and I'm in Townsville, sure, I reckon
Love you guys.
no one if you're in Townsville and you're an automotive company, I can help you rank. If you're an automotive company in Townsville and no one has written a page on car mechanic in Townsville or mobile car mechanic in Townsville, congratulations, you can write a page and you'll rank on the first page probably within a week. But if you're a digital marketing agency and you're going to write an article or you're going to write a page on digital marketing agency in Brisbane, congratulations, you're going to rank in 3 years. There's no other way I can sugarcoat that. That is it. It's not the amount of signals that you would need to be able to provide to be able to rank for digital marketing in Brisbane, and that's Brisbane, and Sydney and Melbourne are worse. And if you and that's digital marketing, SEO is harder. You're just not gonna rank for those terms.
All right, Captain Sunshine.
But
There's a big but that I'm...
do you know the but?
I know the but.
3
What's your
years. That's the but. In 3 years. So if you're willing to invest, in 3 years' time, you'll be really profitable.
That's the but.
But that's the but. You have to be willing to invest into that. And that's an example. Digital marketing is extremely competitive. It's one of the most competitive because everyone does it.
Look, arguably most industries are, let's be honest. Unless you're a brick and mortar
Nowhere near, though.
No, of course, nowhere near. We are literally doing what we sell. We are attempting, being the best at what we sell. It's proof in the pudding. It's like I always say, I want my financial advisor to drive a $500,000 car and wear a Rolex.
Sure.
You want your digital marketing agency to rank number one and be everywhere. That's us, right? We are doing what we are selling. That makes what makes us so competitive. The but that I have is that, yes, if you are, example, automotive in towns where you're a brick and mortar in a small area,
insert here,
low hanging fruit, easy to rank, sure. The but though, even if it is competitive, is the payoff is huge.
Yeah.
The payoff is huge, which is why this update is so fantastic because it is for the authentic businesses looking for the big picture. There's no more COVID quick wins now. We're not whipping up an e-commerce, we're making tons of money, getting in and get it out.
Yeah,
so the payoff is big.
Hurt that, yeah.
But as opposed to being, and I say that because I'm in sales, as opposed to being the overwhelm of you see it as an opportunity. Wow, what can we do? We can put out content that is engaging. We can put a table. We can build a tool.
Yeah.
We can do some video. There's so much you can do. Yes, it might be overwhelming, but you don't eat an elephant all in one day. You eat it one bite at a time.
And that's the key part, right?
This is the best part about it.
Yeah.
It's actually exciting.
It's not start an agency tomorrow, you're not going to rank. Start an agency tomorrow, you're not going to rank for digital marketing in Brisbane. but you can find gaps, and
Yes.
that's going to be the key. Like if you're going into an extremely competitive industry, you've got to find gaps, and you've got to work your way. Yeah, it's the snowball effect. Like that.
Absolutely.
That is what it's about. But it just moves the playing field a little bit.
It does.
And I think if you are an established business and you've been doing it for years and you feel like you're potentially not maybe seeing the wins in SEO that you want to see, this update should excite you, because
That's what I'm getting at.
that the credible, the tangible, the brand signals, this is an update that I feel is going to really favor those businesses. And heads up, we're already seeing that correlation. Businesses that have got a longer domain age, we're seeing a better correlation, brand signal. Not just domain age, more brand mention. Like if people are searching for you and people want to see you, then you're being more favored. That's really kind of a nice thing to see for the people that, if you are worried about an update, this is kind of favoring. Yeah. So there's a lot of clients that we have on, a lot of our clients have actually done very, very well from it.
Just want to highlight brand mention. You have mentioned that a couple of times in this podcast. That came up for me the first time when we advertised on buses before we rebranded with the original Digital Nomads brand with the orange dot. And we were all very excited and all went, put a QR code on the bus. I don't know if you remember that conversation.
Yep.
And you said no because of brand mention. And that was the first real life experience where I understood what that meant for us as a business. Well, what the term meant, but what it meant for us as a business. Going, if you put a QR code on a bus, you scan it, you go straight to the website, versus a client or someone typing in Digital Nomads or because they saw your name on a bus. Yeah. And yes, Digital Nomads as a term is generic, and many businesses have generic business names, but Digital Nomads Sunshine Coast is not necessarily.
Or HQ people search for.
Or HQ.
Our brand mention's got HQ.
And that carries so much clout.
Yeah.
But equally, when it comes to SEO, we're talking about educating people, when people go, my SEO is doing really well. Yeah, it's all brand mention. So there's a downside to it too, in the sense of
those
filling
companies,
the top of the funnel, right?
So those companies that have got like high brand mention and low traffic, that have this high proportion of brand mention with low traffic, often just correlates to them just having lack of content to aid the other searches.
Yes.
But those companies are the ones that are also going to favour well from this.
Yes, so they've got a good foundation.
They've got the foundation.
They're credible.
And they're credible.
Yes.
Now you just need the content.
But it's a balance. So if your goal as a business is to grow, brand mention isn't necessarily going to get you there if, as you say, you've got low traffic, because now you've got people who know you, who are looking to find your phone number because they want to talk to their accountant or because they're looking to...
Brand mention comes over time.
Right.
And this is about the establishing your brand in your business.
Brand mention.
Yes.
But for fresh, filling the top of the funnel, as they say, or getting, cold leads in, or what warm leads in, should I say?
Expand that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the big picture of SEO.
Exactly.
I love SEO. It's so exciting. I don't do SEO. I love it.
There's a lot into it, and there's one. I've got one more.
Oh, geez. Okay, go on. Sorry.
We've got one more one more thing.
Go on.
The middleman. So affiliate and career sites. I did kind of mention this, but the middleman site is something that it looks to be hit as well. It's the affiliate-based site, but it's the middleman. Google is I've referenced it here, and I'm reading from it. Google is increasingly prioritizing being the primary source. It doesn't necessarily want somebody to kind of land on Google, go to another website,
like a directory?
And then land on that, and then have to go through that to then find the source. So that middleman is generally getting less and less prominent, which is fine. And then I think we'll move on from that. And the last is the error of subject matter brand, which is kind of what we've just covered. It's verifiable authority, real credentials, transparent sourcing, clean UX, friction-free, unique value, providing insights that an AI or a content scraper can't replicate.
I've got a great example of that actually. On the weekend, I was searching online for a grass-fed whey protein, which I know you look for all the time, right?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time.
And there's a brand that I know, a brand that I love, and this is a competitive space. Fitness supplements, hugely. And you can go to Elite Supps at any shopping centre, whatever. The one that stood out to me was actually the one that I always buy from anyway, which is interesting. The owner, it's a Sunshine Coast brand. He, on every product page, had a little bubble on the product page with a video of him
on the product,
speaking to the product.
Yeah.
And it wasn't speaking to the product going, oh, this is why we're the best. The one product was, you know, this industry has been smashed recently. There was all this study that came out of the States about lead.
Yep.
We want to explain why this.
Yep.
We've been HASTA approved, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't know that. I Googled it and I went, oh, it's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that set these guys
That's a different
so
level.
far apart.
Yep.
And this is an expensive product. This product is probably 30% more expensive per kilo than the other brands.
Yep.
I bought that product.
Yep.
And I looked at a lot. And I know a lot about this stuff. And that is what we're talking about. The page had all the information that I needed. It had photos. It had a video.
Yeah.
Add 3 kilos to cart. It was like a $300. This is the value of putting in. And I have been a customer for a long time, and I will continue to do so.
And you would have been on that page for a long time, long dwell time, long session
Don't read
duration.
slow, Ben.
Watched a video.
Well,
had engagement. And purchased the product.
But even if I hadn't have purchased the product, Google would
have
see
favoured
that
that.
session, and I wouldn't have been the only one. No. And it's not just about the purchasing the product. I think this is what I also just want to mention. A lot of our clients, obviously, we're talking ultimately about conversions, you know, new customers, new acquisitions, new product sales, etc. It's not, SEO isn't just about that. The fact that I've checked out is one thing. Yes, dollars in the bank, I'm a customer, I get it. But if I hadn't have, the compounding effect of all the other 90% of people who maybe didn't check out at that time is still going to favour that website. So over time, that percentage
will increase and people will keep coming back to that site.
Correct. So it will long-term go to dollars. Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's the kind of thing. And yes, that's a very specific, but that's a real-world example.
And that
of
is...
as a consumer.
Yeah. And that is what it's trying to favour.
Yeah.
It's exactly that.
And whatever, and this is what I was saying before, whatever industry you're in, this is applicable.
Yeah.
However competitive, whatever you're selling, whether your services, products, brick and mortar, it's applicable. So read your website through the eyes of your customers, your consumers. Would you sit around and read it? Would you stay around? It can be the most boring content. You can make boring content engaging. You can make it interesting. You can make it a transaction. You can make it a give and take.
Yeah.
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal.
Be authentic.
Make
it interesting.
Put in the work.
Oh, it is hard work.
It's hard work.
We're here to make it less overwhelming, though.
Yeah.